Welcome everybody to today's GOT 16RD4 Doug Jones League Daily Recap Podcast, brought to you by the good folks at Lifebuoy and IS Fans Productions. BOD Game of Thrones uses Lifebuoy and they don't stink. Electric Amish met Plymouth First Comers for a 3-game set in Fenway Park in Boston today, playing on grass. Electric Amish won the first game over Plymouth First Comers by a score of 6-3. Winning pitcher was Males, losing pitcher was Blyleven. Plymouth First Comers won the second game over Electric Amish in a blowout by a score of 11-3. Winning pitcher was Zito, losing pitcher was Wahlberg. Mark McGuire hit his 40th home run for Plymouth First Comers and Pat Siri had 2 dingers. Electric Amish won the third game over Plymouth First Comers by a score of 8-3. Winning pitcher was Reuter, who pitched a complete game and struck out 11.0 men. Losing pitcher was Clemens. Rocket Dogs met Doug Jonestown Massacre for a 3-game set in Cleveland Municipal Stadium in Cleveland today, playing on grass. Doug Jonestown Massacre won the first game over Rocket Dogs in a squeaker by a score of 3-2. Winning pitcher was Sewell, losing pitcher was Higbee, who pitched a complete game in the loss. In the second game, in a pitcher's duel under sunny skies, Mark Redman pitched a complete game shutout for Rocket Dogs to give his team a 2-0 victory over Doug Jonestown Massacre. Fleming also threw a complete game but took the loss. Rocket Dogs won the third game over Doug Jonestown Massacre by a score of 7-4. Winning pitcher was Cooper, losing pitcher was Nieves.
Baby Got Bat v met BOD Game of Thrones for a 3-game set in Busch Stadium in St. Louis today, playing on grass. He first game under sunny skies, before a large crowd of 44,776 was a walk-off victory for the home squad when Leon Day lined a single to shallow right, Lou Blue scored, then Radford scored on an error by the right fielder Colavito. Finical score was 10-9. Winning pitcher was Miller, losing pitcher was Peranowski. BOD Game of Thrones won the second game over Baby Got Bat v by a score of 9-2. Winning pitcher was Rommel, losing pitcher was Hildebrand. BOD Game of Thrones won the third game over Baby Got Bat v in a pitcher's duel by a score of 3-0. Winning pitcher was Day, losing pitcher was Feller, who pitched a complete game in the loss. Miami Goldfish met Got Bombed Redux for a 3-game set in Truist Park in Atlanta today, playing on grass. Miami Goldfish won the first game over Got Bombed Redux by a score of 9-1. Winning pitcher was Luque, losing pitcher was Klipstein. Got Bombed Redux won the second game over Miami Goldfish by a score of 5-3. Winning pitcher was Stibe, losing pitcher was Crowder. The third game in Atlanta under sunny skies, before a nice crowd of 28,863 was a walk-off victory for the home squad when Blowers homered to left, Roy Thompson scored. Winning score was score of 7-5. Winning pitcher was Qua, losing pitcher was Perry. Hanks Lot 6 met Stonehurst Mighty Seasons for a 3-game set in Citi Field in New York today, playing on grass. Hanks Lot 6 won the first game over Stonehurst Mighty Seasons in a squeaker by a score of 4-3. Winning pitcher was Folkers, losing pitcher was Farr. Stonehurst Mighty Seasons won the second game over Hanks Lot 6 in a pitcher's duel by a score of 2-1. Winning pitcher was Sabathia, losing pitcher was Plank. Hanks Lot 6 won the third game by a score of 5-2. Winning pitcher was Waddell, who struck out 11.0 men, losing pitcher was Farr. Kentucky Mules met Green Sand Beach for a 3-game set in Huntington Avenue grounds in Boston today, playing on grass. The first game before a large crowd of 11,337 under sunny skies was a walk-off victory for the home squad when Branyan singled to center, Clift scored. Final score was 3-2. Winning pitcher was Lidge, losing pitcher was Valverde. Kentucky Mules won the second game over Green Sand Beach by a score of 7-2. Winning pitcher was Gonzalez, losing pitcher was Glavine. Kentucky Mules won the third game over Green Sand Beach by a score of 10-3. Winning pitcher was Blayholder, losing pitcher was Rogers.
Got 16 RD4 Doug Jones League Day's best performers were Pat Seary, who had the best RC performance today for Plymouth First-Comers in the second game today at Fenway Park. He created 3.8 runs on 3 hits, including 2 home runs and 1 double, and Mark Redman, who had the best game score today for Rocket Dogs. He scored 89.0. Here are the current standings. In the East Division, Miami Goldfish has a record of 61-59 and has a lead over Plymouth First-Comers, who has a record of 60-60. Kentucky Mules has a record of 59-61. Hanks A Lot 6 has a record of 54-66. In the Central Division, Rocket Dogs has a record of 63-57 and has a lead over Baby Got Bat V, who has a record of 59-61. Electric Amish has a record of 56-64. Stonehurst Mighty Seasons has a record of 52-68. In the West Division, Bod Game of Thrones has a record of 73-47 and has a lead over Green Sand Beach, who has a record of 66-54. Got Bombed Redux has a record of 63-57. Doug Jonestown Massacre has a record of 54-66. Here is your GOT16 RD4 Doug Jones Injuries Report. For Kentucky Mules, Vina, Fernando, out for 6 more days, 6 more games. For Miami Goldfish, Canseco, Jose, out for 5 more days, 5 more games. For Rocket Dogs, Holiday, Matt, out for 8 more days, 7 more games. Here are the current batting leaders. The home run leader is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who has 40. The top run scorer is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who has 91. The top RBI producer is McGuire, Mark from PFC, who has 111. The highest batting average belongs to Jeter, Derek from MGF, who has .327. Jeter, Derek from MGF has the most runs created at 94.54. The stolen base leader is Morgan, Joe from DJM, who has 35. The most game-winning RBIs is from Schmidt, Mike from SAT, who has 15. The longest current hit streak belongs to Milligan, Randy from CEL, who has hit in 10 straight. The longest hit streak belongs to Jeter, Derek from MGF, who hit in 21 straight. Here are the current pitching leaders. The ERA leader is Burrell, Mark from BGO at 3.38. The top game winner is Rommel, Eddie from BGO, who has 18. The strikeout leader is Waddell, Rube from Art, who has 188. The highest number of complete games belongs to Glavine, Tom from GSB, who has 9. Burrell, Mark from BGO has the most innings pitched at 234.2. The saves leader is Ward, Dwayne from DJM, who has 20. Here is tomorrow's schedule. Stonehurst Mighty Seasons is at Miami Goldfish in Marlins Park, 2015-2019, in Miami. Plymouth First-Comers is at Rocket Dogs in Wrigley Field, 2017-2021, in Chicago. Kentucky Mules is at Electric Amish in Baker Bowl, 1915-1919, in Philadelphia. Doug Jonestown Massacre is at Got Bombed Redux in Truist Park, 2017-2021, in Atlanta. Bod Game of Thrones is at Green Sand Beach in Huntington Avenue Grounds, 1901-1905, in Boston. Baby Got Bat V is at Hanks A Lot 6 in American Family Field, 2017-2021, in Milwaukee. Thanks for listening to today's game. For the best classic fantasy baseball game on the market, visit imaginesports.com. Good night all and God bless.
Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Midget Goodell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down.